Oppo Enco W31, smaller sibling to the W51s which I reviewed a while back. Now in this video, I'll list out all the pros, all the cons of using this device as well as my experience. So without further ado, let's get started. Now in all fairness, I want to say that this unit was sent to me by Amazon in exchange for money. And for those impatient people who will skip to the end of the video, just for the conclusion, let me give it to you right away. Amazing build, good audio quality, actually pretty good audio quality and decent mics. Now, if you're still tuned in, let's dive into details. So let's just open the box and see what we get in the box. In the box, we have the earbuds itself in this charging case. We have 3 sets of extra ear tips, a charging cable, which is white in color. You also see how dumb that is, right? Black earbuds and white charging cable. I thought it might be a mistake on my end. I have to return the product in order to get the correct product, but I saw other unboxings, I saw other reviews, and the cable is white. If this is white, it's fine, but if the earphones are black, the cable is still white. They are not providing a black cable. I mean, seriously. Apart from the case, the earbuds, the charging cable and extra ear tips, you get 2 more documents. That is the warranty information guide and the quick start guide. Now let's look at the case. The case is designed fairly well. It is compact, looks like a pebble, and unlike the W51s, which was glossy, this is matte. Finally, no more fingerprints. There's a USB charging port at the back of the case, but there's no indicator light, unlike the W51s which had indicator lights, but this does not have indicator lights, so I do not know when this is fully charged. Let's just open the case and see the earbuds. By the way, you still can't open the W31s like the W51s with a single hand without doing some hand gymnastics. I tried a lot and I could not open it. Maybe if you have big hands, you will be able to open it, but mine are, as you can see, average sized. Now, if you have an Oppo device, you will get the similar connection UI like you get on iPhones when you connect to AirPods. Do know that this is for most of the Oppo devices and they must be having ColorOS 7 and above, but there are some exclusions. These are those exclusions. Moving to the earbuds, they have a very cool design in my opinion. They are made of plastic, but they feel very sturdy. And the best part is, they are matte. So the design for me is pretty good. In a world where every truly wireless earbud looks like AirPods, looks like an exact copy of AirPods or a failed one of AirPods, this one is kind of a refresher. I mean, everywhere I looked, I thought that people were using AirPods. Even though they were not AirPods, they just look like it. So I just hope that other manufacturers take note of these unique designs and implement it on their next iteration of truly wireless earbuds. Coming to the battery, Oppo claims that you can get 3.5 hours of battery with a single charge and an additional 15 of the case. So that's approximately 4 more charges. Do keep in mind, Oppo says that this is with 50% volume. Now, during my testing with these with 60% volume, I got a total of 3 hours and 58 minutes total because like the W51, the left one died earlier than the right. So the left one died at 3 hours and 44 minutes and the right one followed suit approximately after 14 minutes. So that's 3 hours and 58 minutes in total. So the battery lives up to Oppo's claims, but it's still not good. And nowadays, truly wireless earbuds pump out music for 5 to 7 hours on a single charge. Buds cheaper than these. I will get to the price of this in a while. So the battery life is possible if you use it for the gym or if you use it for shorter durations, but it's not good for traveling. As for the charging time of the case, it takes around 2.5 hours to completely charge it, but since I'm not able to see whether it's charged or not, so 2.5 hours, give or take a few minutes. Coming to the mics, Oppo says the mics are very good and each bud has 2 mics with some kind of noise cancellation for calls, with beamforming technology, environmental noise cancelling algo and a wind chamber. These marketing people are just making the mics on these W31 sound better than my standalone audio recorder, the Zoom H1 or even the Boya M1 which I'm using to record the audio of this video. But anyways, let's put it to the test. So recording this part of the video with the mics of the Oppo Enco W31, let me know in the comments below on how it sounds. Does it sound good? Does it sound bad? Does it sound decent? That I've already mentioned. So these buds are IP54 rated, so they are great for working out. Technically, it can withstand splashes of water, but I don't think anyone in their right minds will do it on a frequent basis. Let's pair it. Just open the case, press the button, and the white light starts blinking. and in a few seconds it will be paired. This is for both Android and iOS devices. Now these support Bluetooth 5.0 and have the AAC codec. As for the range, it is typical at 10 meters and I could roam around my home without any disconnections. For controls, Oppo is using gestures. You can double tap on the left bud to activate bass mode, which I'll get to in a while. Double tap on the right to skip to the next track, and triple tap on either of the buds to activate your voice assistant, that's Google or Siri or Alexa if you are into that. On a side note, I think Google should rename their assistant to a better name. Like Hey Siri sounds so much better and my iPhone got invoked. Also there's ear detection, so if you remove a bud, the music will pause. That's pretty good. Oppo says that these are intelligent controls. Are you flubbing kidding me? Intelligent, these. Now if it was up to me, I would double tap on either side of the buds to skip to the next track or go back to the previous track. That is, double tap here to go back to the previous track and double tap here to go to the next track. And triple tap on one bud would invoke my Google Assistant, and triple tap on the next would just turn on the bass mode. Or better, long tap on one of the buds to activate bass mode and the other to invoke your voice assistant. So that to me are intelligent controls. Oppo also has an app named Hey Melody for Android devices. And if you have seen my W51 review, which I'll link in a card somewhere around, I believe it would be here. So do check that out. In that app, the W51 has a lot of function. It can remap all the functionality, but for the W31s, it can't do that. It's just to update the firmware, and it's on the latest firmware right now, and it just shows the battery life of each of the bud. Now to the main part, audio quality. How do these sound? In one word, these sound amazing. In 3 words, these sound amazing. Yeah, that's 3. Then 3 words, these sound amazing. The bass here is pretty good for my liking. It's fairly tight and doesn't leak into the mids and highs like in the song Ritual by Marshmello. And the low end is also good, and when it's in bass mode, it gets better. Like in songs like Amelie by Lil Wayne. Coming to the mids and highs, the vocals were very clear. I could hear the vocals easily without any distortions or cutoffs. Now they have one more mode called bass mode. Just double tap on the left button twice. You'll get a prompt that bass mode is activated and bass mode will be activated. I said the same thing twice. Here the bass is accentuated a lot and in a good way. I mean, in songs where you think it has no bass, you will hear bass when the bass mode is turned on. It's that good. But it is overpowering. It will cut the mids and highs to an extent. So no bass mode for me. Although people who like thumping bass will like this mode for sure. So a pro tip here. If you use these earphones and you want the songs to sound better, just use an equalizer. These play very well with an equalizer. These are one of the few buds that I've used and work very well with equalizers. Most of the cheap earbuds that I own don't play well with an equalizer. For instance, these are the Bullets Wireless 2. They cost a lot more than these. I'll get to the price at the end of the video, but they cost a lot more than these and they don't work with equalizers. If I turn on the equalizers, the sound degrades. I have tested the equalizer on both Android and iOS devices. Now, for my settings, I have a Samsung device as well as an iOS device. For Samsung, I use Spotify, and for iOS too because I have a subscription. Anyways, for Samsung, I use the rock preset to equalize the sound on these, and for iPhones, I use, I believe, the electronic preset on Spotify. One more thing, which is quite weird, I felt that these perform way better when I use them with Spotify than my usual go-to music streaming service, that's YouTube Music. I just don't know why. Coming to the latency of the earphones, I did not notice any latency while watching videos on Netflix, Prime, or YouTube, Hotstar, and other services. With gaming, you will notice a bit of latency. Oh, hey there. While I was editing the video, I found out that I didn't mention the price of the product. So these cost 3,499, that's 35 Indian rupees for a new product. Now, if you find them renewed, I'll post the link of renewed deals in the description below. Do check those links out because I have seen that for renewed products, these go as low as 1,500 bucks. I saw a recent deal on that. I'll post that link in the description below. So back to the video. Now let's close with pros and cons. Pros: good audio, actually pretty good audio, decent mics, and great build quality, although that's a personal preference. The build quality part, it's a personal preference. Let's move to the cons, and I have found a couple of cons with these. So the obvious one is the battery, which is quite less. You would get better battery life on earbuds cheaper than this. As mentioned before, one bud died way before the other. So that's the second point. Third point, the gestures. Sometimes they work great and sometimes they just don't work. I mean, I invoke the bass mode and I'll just keep on tapping the left earbud to turn it off, but the damn thing won't turn off. If you turn on bass mode and the earbud which the bass mode was linked with dies, so in my case the bass mode is the left one, that's the left one, and the left one died way before the right, I could not turn off bass mode. I think Oppo should give options to the user on the Hey Melody app to just turn on and off bass mode. That would be so much convenient. Also, if one bud dies, the music will pause if you take out one bud. So what I'm saying is, my left bud died, and the right one was playing music. I just took out the right bud, put it back in. The music paused when I took out the right bud, but when I put it back in, the music did not resume. So that's a con. Also, if you remove both buds, so this is a problem with the W51s too. Actually, Oppo should listen to this. If you remove one bud, the music will pause. Remove the second one, put both back in, the music won't resume. That's a pretty big flaw of the Oppo Enco W31s as well as the W51s. Next, if the music will pause if someone calls you. Let's say you answer the call, you disconnect the call. The music will not auto resume. This is not just with calls, regular calls, it's with Skype calls, Slack calls, Zoom calls, etc. Now this is the peculiar thing that I noticed, that if you run out of charge on the earbuds, just open the case, put the earbuds back in, it will get connected to the phone. Usually what happens, if I just put the earbuds back in the case, it will get disconnected and it will start to charge. But not with this one. I don't know why. This was not with the Oppo Enco W51s. So yeah, these were the cons. And those were my 2 cents on the Oppo Enco W31 truly wireless earphones. Well, it was more like $2, but who's counting? So do you also have these earphones? And have I missed something? Do let me know in the comments below. And since you're commenting, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. That's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one.